Today is Tuesday, September 5. I'm Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Luke 9. As the time approached for him to be taken up to heaven, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem. That's Luke 9, verse 51. Today marks a new season for many of us. The official end of summer and start of fall is what we mark at the end of the Labor Day weekend, but it's also the beginning of school and the beginning of a new season of activity, like in the church with different ministries. And so as we start off a number of new things, it's a good idea to consider how we start anew in our commitment to follow Jesus into all those places too. Jesus starts out for Jerusalem already way back here in chapter 9, early in the Gospel of Luke. It's a simple little throwaway sentence that starts it off. As the time approached for him to be taken up to heaven, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem. Simple statement on the face of it, but it marks a hard pivot in the Gospel of Luke that shapes the character of everything and everyone that follows. In the chapters before this, we discover in ever-increasing dimensions how Jesus is the Son of God. Just before this, in chapter 9, we see Jesus reveal the heights of his glory in the feeding of the 5,000 and being transfigured in bright splendor on a mountaintop. But Jesus had also begun to reveal the depths of his suffering just before this too, predicting his impending death twice. When Luke says that Jesus has resolutely set out for Jerusalem, those of us who know how the story goes know that Jerusalem really means the cross and Jesus' death. And so it is here in Luke, just a third of the way through the gospel, that Jesus resolutely turns his face toward his purposes in death, resurrection, and ascension. The depths of suffering, the heights of glory. And everything that follows is done, said, and written in the light of this journey to the cross. Immediately after these verses, in fact, Jesus will have some hard words for all those who would seek to follow him in this journey. These are the same words we heard preached a few weeks back. Words like, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." Jesus says this now, as one who has firmly put his hand to the plow. Jesus is resolute. He is headed for Jerusalem. We know who Jesus is now. The question is, are we resolute in our desire to follow him? He's headed to Jerusalem. There's no way to follow him there that does not involve taking up our cross and facing our own death in some way, shape, or form. So today, as you resolutely set out to face any number of other things before you in this fall season, are you also resolute in commitment to Jesus, ready to follow him daily? For those who do resolutely take up their cross and follow, the promise of Jesus' gift of life waits just on the other side. And as you journey on, remember that you have his blessing too. So may the peace of the Lord Christ go with you into this new season wherever he may send you. And may he guide you through the wilderness, protecting you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. And may he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.